Catch me outside, how about that? Got a white girl, but she never texts back. Watch all my videos, put them on a playlist. White girls pass out every time they play this. What does that mean? What I just said. Got all these rhymes coming off of my head. Why would you wanna hang out with your boyfriend when you could be chilling with me instead? So catch me outside, yeah. Hey, hey, catch me outside. Yeah, 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 yeah. Catch me outside. Yeah, yeah. And I won't stop until I hit the top. I gotta put the work in until I get to the spot. YouTube video, yeah. Take your chick in a Ferrari, yeah. Take your chick in a Ferrari, yeah. No clubs, no parties. In my house eating calamari. Should've you, would've you not? Young little kids in the house with the rocks. Nigga, this is the end of your road. This is the end of your stove. Fuck what you cooking, fuck where you looking. Nigga, you ain't cool. You say you don't follow rules, but follow the fools. I'm sipping on water. Oh yes, I rock and forgot about water. That's how I stay looking better. Oh, I'm chilling with Bobby. With pajamas and smoking the Molly. You know my face when you spot me. I keep it real like I'm Cardi. I do like a YouTube video, yeah. Take your chick in a Ferrari. Anyway, isn't music just like the littiest thing ever? What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? So recently, my friend Madisyn got me into watching these conspiracy theory videos and Shane Dawson's videos. He had 3 different videos about the Mandela effect. And if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, it's basically when like multiple people have the same memory of something that never even happened, ever. Like it doesn't exist. And I just got like really interested into it because I realized that I could relate to it because I've experienced it before. For example, Shane goes over the Mandela effect and he gives a bunch of examples in his videos. But one of the examples were like the Berenstain Bears. That's what I remember the show as, the Berenstain Bears. I asked my cousin, he said Berenstain Bears. Other cousin, he said Berenstain Bears. Friends, they all said Berenstain Bears. Proof. Everyone thought it was called Berenstain. Man, if that thing yells one more time. Everyone thought it was called the Berenstain Bears, but it was actually Berenstain Bears the whole time. Which is really weird, because like, we all remember it as Berenstain Bears. So, why did it change? That's what this video is about. But, before we get into the Mandela effect completely, what I want to point out is that Shane Dawson is a phony! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that right. So the further that I got into his videos, I just thought, well, maybe not everything he's saying is valid. Because some of the things he does, he cuts and he does edits in his videos, and sometimes they're not 100% true. Between these edits and these cuts, he like leaves stuff out. You can just tell. For example, in one of his videos, he's having a conversation with Siri. He asks her a question, and then he cuts the video, then Siri gives her answer. So it's like, in between those questions and Siri's answer, he could have asked her another question, or could have programmed her to say something else with a certain question, and she has a certain response, and I'm not buying it.
Siri, are you actually a government spy?
No comment.
Let's ask her again. Siri, do you record everything I say?
This is about you, not me.
Siri, is everything I say being recorded by you and being sent to the government?
Who, me?
I mean, listen.
There's this one video he has where it's like he goes into a haunted Walmart. There's a bunch of haunted stores. It's just like the videos about haunted stores around the world. And he's like, I can't go to this place because it's too far away, but I can call. But technically you can just call anyone and have them like, you know, pre-planned out message and be like, yo, say this on the phone for the video. I'm gonna call you, put it on speaker. This is what you say. Right? So then he was like, Walmart, actually that's a few minutes down the road or something like that. So it was like, okay, so how he's gonna pull this one out? So he goes to Walmart and I'm like, okay, well, you've got video footage and he's inside of the haunted Walmart. So it was like, okay, maybe this one's real. But then he's like, oh, there's no 3rd floor. The 3rd floor is gone because that's where the haunting was.
Okay, so obviously I can't go to the Toys R Us right now because it is literally like 12 hours away from my house. So let's give it a call and maybe one of the employees will tell us if they think it's haunted.
Thank you for calling Toys R Us and Babies R Us.
Hello, big call to Trademark. Can I help you today?
Hey, I'm sorry, I hope I'm not bothering you. I'm doing a project about the hauntings in the store, and I just want to see if that's something that people still think is real or talk about.
Yeah, it definitely is, but I've been myself, I've been working here for about 3 years now. I've worked 2 years of overnight, nothing happened.
Really? Interesting. So people that come into the store, do they know about it or see anything?
Yeah, they know about it. They find the research. They see all the articles and stuff online. But they ask about it, and I told them nothing.
Oh, all right. Cool. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well, there you go. He says he doesn't see anything. Or is he covering it up? Onto Walmart. So there's a Walmart in Panorama City, California, where people say they see a ghost on the 3rd story. Now, I would just call this Walmart, but luckily for you guys and for me, it is very close to my house. So we're just gonna go.
But it doesn't exist anymore. They closed it off or something.
The fucking escalator to the 3rd floor. Is there not a 3rd floor?
No, it's not 3rd floor.
Really? There used to be?
There used to be.
Oh, really? Okay. They got rid of the 3rd floor. What the fuck do we do?
Ghosts aren't limited to floors, though. They can go through floors. Everyone knows.
Then he's like, okay, then I'll just ask a person who works here, a Walmart employee.
Yeah, he's here if he wants to
Okay,
be.
here's what we're gonna do. Let's find an employee and ask them if this place is haunted, and if so, where. Okay, so here's the plan. The plan is we have to find an employee that is like cool enough that will tell us if this place is haunted and take us to the 3rd floor because we know it's there.
So when he's having the conversation with the Walmart employee, you can see that the camera's not facing anyone. Like, there's no people inside of the camera at all. He's having a conversation with a worker from Walmart, and no. And if you listen closely, you can hear that when he speaks and when the Walmart employee speaks, the background noise is different.
Excuse me? Can I ask you a kind of dumb question? Has anybody ever said that this Walmart's haunted?
Supposed to be the 3rd floor.
So what's up there?
Well, supposed to be a little girl. Like a little girl happening. Have you ever heard something like that? No. I don't go to the 3rd floor.
She said there's a 3rd. No, she said there's a 3rd floor. She said customers are not allowed up there, and that she knows this place is haunted.
You can hear Shane Dawson speaking, and the audio in the background is more like noisy, and then when you can hear the other person speak, it sounds different, which means that's edited and it's fake. If they're standing right by each other, the same background noise should be the exact same, but it's not. Fake! So, that's just to show you that you can trust YouTubers. Okay, back to the Mandela effect. I've experienced the Mandela effect myself. I've been doing some research on it, and I've been looking at examples of other people's experiences with the Mandela effect, and I was trying my best to remember, like, what was the time that I remember the Mandela effect? Because I could just feel it. I knew there was something, and then I remembered. When I was in elementary school, I loved this show, Drake and Josh. You've probably seen it, most people have. It's a good show. But when I was a kid, like, I would watch the show, and then I just stopped watching the show for a while. And then one day I came back to watch the show, and I saw it, and the theme song was like Drake and Josh, and the show was called Drake and Josh, and it was really weird because I remember the show being called Josh and Drake. And I swear I'm not making this up, like, I remember the show being called Josh and Drake. I remember the theme song being Josh and Drake. It was like, whoa, that's crazy. Okay, so hopefully by now you get the gist of the Mandela effect. It's really cool and it's really interesting. The theory is that these things happen, like we have these memories of these things, like the Oscar Mayer, for example. We always remembered it spelled M-E-Y-E-R, but it's actually spelled M-A-Y-E-R. Like, how is that possible? Just like the show Sex and the City. Remember that show, Sex and the City? Doesn't exist. It literally does not exist. I always thought, because I was scrolling on Netflix and I was like, hey, I see that show Sex and the City. I thought that was like a sequel. Maybe the people from Sex in the City were too old and their children made the new show, kind of like Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. You know, like Boy Meets World never exist. It was like a sequel, kind of like Sex and the City. But no, it's not a sequel. It was always called Sex and the City, apparently. How is that possible? I remember Sex and the City vividly. I know that was a show. I know it was. How does that happen? This is real life. But the theory is that we slip into another time dimension. Another time dimension. And in this different dimension, certain small things are changed, like Oscar Mayer or Berenstain Bears or Sex and the City. Because if you search anywhere, you will not find Sex in the City because it didn't exist. How? I don't know, because that hurts my brain. Like, how? Next thing you know, Pop-Tarts aren't gonna be Pop-Tarts anymore. They're gonna be like Tart Pops or something like that. And I'm just gonna have to, like, I'm gonna be done. But we're not done yet. One more thing, I think. I have a theory of my own that I haven't seen, like, anywhere else. It's not a Mandela effect. It's more like a conspiracy theory, like the way we live. What if this world isn't what you think it is. Like, it's not what it seems. Most of these theories all have something similar and in common, and what is manipulating with us is the government. And I came up with this theory myself, and it's just something that I thought about for years, and I never really got into it until like I recently started getting to this conspiracy stuff and Mandela effect stuff like that. So I like put it together into my own theory called the one. Now I always thought to myself, what if I'm the one? What if I'm like the only one? And by that I mean like, what if I'm the only actual human that exists? What if everyone else in the world is like an android or a robot or like an alien or something, and they're all in it together and they make up the government? What if I'm the one who's being tested on and everyone else knows, everyone else is listening, everyone else is doing studies on me? And this could be real, because like, you know, that's not that crazy. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like, you know, it could be true. Like, everyone else is in on it, so they wouldn't tell me. I wouldn't know. You couldn't know. You know? Everyone is in on it. Everyone. Except for me. I'm the only one who's not in on it. You, the person that's watching, you're part of it. My neighbors, they're part of it. My teachers, they're part of it. Principal, they're part of it. President, part of it. The pretty white girl that lives down the road, part of it. They're all part of it. And I'm just the only one, and I have to figure out what's going on. But what would actually happen if I figured out what's going on? Like, do I die? Do they kill me? What's the end game here? And you might say, well, obviously you can't be the one because other people do conspiracy theories and they could find out too, so wouldn't they kill themselves? But no, they make me think that they're actually doing conspiracy theories, but they're trying to lead me off the path to finding the right answers to the secrets of the world. So that means everyone else is just putting on the show. That means that they're just secretly hiding behind it by like acting oblivious to it, but they actually know. But then again, yeah, you're probably right, that theory is really crazy, but maybe I'm just pushing you off the path because you're the one. Catch me outside, catch me at school, subscribe to my channel, that'd be cool. Hit the notification button, you know you wanna get notified, watch my videos like, ooh, yeah. Where the white girls? Where the white girls at? Yeah, where the white girls at? Hey, 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 catch me outside.